Good morning, everyone. I really want to take this time out on behalf of Devator to thank everyone for taking this time out to be part of this meeting. Together we shall grow and then arrive at our destination. So everything requires coordinated effort. And so long as we are here today, it shows that we are bound together in common goal. And together with cooperation, we are going to achieve that goal. So just a quick rundown on agenda before the introduction. On agenda, we have introduction and the opening speech by the NACTAL president. Next on the agenda will be the introduction to website management for NGOs. That will be taken by the Executive Director of the Devatop Center for Africa Development. And the next on the agenda will be how to publish work on your website. That will be taken by Devatop ICT Officer, Austin Emma. Then soon after that will be the guest publication of activities on Tolkien Global Platform to be taken by Jennifer Ineze, Communications Assistant for Devatop Center for Africa Development. And thereafter, there will be opportunity for questions and answers for participants. And of course, a closing remark to be taken by the Programs Manager of Devatop Center for Africa Development. So that's what we are going to be doing in brief in the next couple of minutes rolling to hours. Thank you very much. So to kickstart the process fully, we'll start by introducing ourselves. My humble self, my name is Ubo Anthony Etim. I'm the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer for the Devatop Center for Africa Development. With me is my colleague.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Austin Emmanuel. I'm the ICT officer here at Devatop.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Ikweze, and I'm the Communications Assistant for Devatop.
So for want of time, maybe as our guest speakers will be coming, we'll be introducing ourselves one after the other. Maybe also there's an opportunity for us to use the chat box to also introduce ourselves. So all of this, we are trying to put modalities in place to ensure that we leave this room, this meeting avenue on time. So to take us further on this meeting will be an opening speech by the NAFTA president, Abulai Abubakar. Please, sir, if you can hear me, you have the stage. NAFTA president, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Executive Director and Management of Devatop Center for Africa Development. Good morning, NACTAL National Executives and the staffs at the National Secretariat, led by the Project Manager and the National Project Officer. I bring you all greetings from the Board of Trustees and the National Executive Council. And then also to thank the efforts of the Executive Director of Devatop, Mr. Joseph Sigwe, one of our very old members, and the technical partner also to NACTAL for coming up with this very resourceful initiative. Many years ago, Mr. Joseph was aware that one of the challenges NACTAL has had right from inception is the inability to actually develop and manage our website, including amplifying and publicizing the very good work the network is doing within and outside Nigeria. So for a long time, Mr. Joseph, as an individual, and Devatop as an organization has been supporting NACTAL, including sometimes payment and hosting of our sites. So as we develop as a network, Devatop is also bringing this opportunity to build the capacity of NACTAL member organizations on website development as well as content publishing, because of course he's aware that that is one of the challenges we face. So I want to appreciate this very resourceful organization and call on our members to please take advantage of this opportunity. This is what we used to pay for to get. This is what we used to pay people to do for us. When I say NACTAL had the challenge, it wasn't that we were not paying, we were not willing. We actually paid service providers who never provided those services. But here we are today, one of us is providing such free of charge for us. So please let's take this opportunity and then appreciate this platform. NACTAL has an unlimited Zoom link, which our members can use. And then I can also assure you that we will work with Devatop to come up with specialized trainings for individual member organizations who may be interested in that. But in the meantime, let's justify the resources they have invested in this by participating actively and meaningfully, and also adhering to the rules. Thank you once again. I wish you a fruitful deliberation.
Okay, that is organizing.
That's the national.
Hope they will send you people data.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful introduction. It's always a pleasure having you in our midst each time we have an occasion. And we call on you and you will not fail to answer. Your presence here is an inspiration to all of us and a testament to the fact that what we are aiming to achieve will be achieved with ease. And of course, with your keen interest and participation and support, we shall sure together paddle the boat to this issue. Thank you very much, sir, once again for that brief introduction. So,
Thank you.
yes, thank you. So, like I said, the goal of today's meeting is for us to be able to finish on time so that everybody will be able to leave here. So to be able to do that, I have to stick to the time and location on the agenda. So I don't know which modalities we are going to be using, but as we progress, either of two things, either an opportunity will be given for one or two questions from participants, and the rest of the questions will be written on the chat box, and then justice will be done to them at the end of the training. This is just to maximize time. So please, having this in mind, just bear in mind that if you have any questions, please kindly endeavor to use the chat box. And also, as each speaker is invited to speak, there will also be an opportunity for one or two or three persons, as the case may be, given an opportunity to ask the questions. The rest will have to use the chat box, and then at the end, the responsible person will do justice to each of the questions that are provided. So thank you very much. To bring up to speed, our next speaker will be the Executive Director of the Devatov Center for African Development, Mr. Joseph Osigwe. He's going to take us on the introduction to website management for NGOs. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So, yeah, good morning, Mr. President, for this great opportunity to work with NACTAL to have this meeting. We've been working with NACTAL for a number of years, and we are also glad for the great support NACTAL have been giving Devatop and across all the states, different member organizations. We are so glad. Thank you so much for your great leadership, which you've been demonstrating in the how you've been working with different organizations, giving open doors to them. Thank you so much. So today we just wanted to first start with few understanding on the website management and publishing. One of the things that we want to achieve or we expect is to increase the visibility of organizations online. So we this particular presentation is to help you increase your visibility online and also to make your website functional, and then also for you to prioritize publishing on your website. We are in the world of ICT. This is the age of ICT, and then having a robust online presence is no longer a luxury. Before, we used to think you must have money to be online and to publish your work. It's no longer a luxury now. It is now a necessity, and you have to make sure you have your work, visible online. If you're familiar with one popular question people ask when you go out for events, whether international or national event or local event, is what's your website? I mean, most of you must have been confronted with such question. Please, what's the website? And most times, when you want to explain what you do, some people don't have that patience to listen. They just want to go to your website and look at what you've done. So, because this is a kind of this is the age we are now, an age where at the comfort of your house, you can quickly navigate or search any information and then get to know what any person is doing. Then I know that your organization, you are physically present in the community or state where you are, but that is not enough. You have to be physically present or be present online for global community. So the fact that you are addressing issues of human rights in your community, in your state, doesn't mean that you should be known just within that community or state. You should be known globally. That is why we have a global community. So whatever you are doing in that small community should be known within the global community. Also, it's important to also know that uh, what you are doing in your community may not be enough until you make it known to the global community. So a number of times, a lot of organizations have done great work, amazing projects implemented, impacted lives. But the fact that the knowledge or the information about this work only lied within that community, within that state, within that country. It is not known
Okay,
within the
yes,
global
that will.
community. So, and this is very important because the world we are now is the world of global community. If you are not connected to the global community, you might be left behind. Then, getting your work published on website is one of the sure way that you can, connect to the global community. Your website is your major showroom. If you're in business, you are selling something, most times you need to have a showroom where people can come and see what you have done. Because most times what you say, people don't believe it much until they see it online, published. So your website is one of your major showroom, and you need to prioritize that. It is where you display your work, where you display people you are working with, where you display so many things about your organization, and anyone can come there and check what you've done. And then there is something people always do. Once you say, our organization, we have trained 1,000 people, we are involved in this, we are involved in that. Most people, even donors, want to just check online just to see, is this correct? So you see, there is trust about information that are published on your website and in other news platforms. In fact, in most applications, when you're sending proposal, they always ask you your website. They always ask you link. What is the proof? How do you verify that you have trained this? How do we see that? And they ask you to share link to any publication about your work, link to your website, so many things. So the fact that we cannot neglect this aspect of visibility. Yes, we are on social media, which is not enough. Being on social media as an NGO is not enough. You need to have a functional website, as basic as it is. That will be very important. Now, I have a question for all of us here. Maybe you might try to practicalize the question by typing something about your organization. What will I see if I search your organization on Google? I don't know. Can somebody search his organization on Google? Let me know what you can see. Just in 2 minutes. Your organization. Can you search your organization? Type the organization on Google. Let's
Now,
see
why my face don't show like that?
what will come out. Please, I just need two people to respond. If you have searched your own, just let me know what you are seeing. So while you are doing that, there are situations where you go for a meeting and you are telling someone about organization. The next thing he's doing is to search that organization. He's not even listening to you. He just want to search. The next thing he type your organization on the Google and then want to read more about what you are saying. So you see that most time people want to read about what you are doing. Apart from hearing what you are doing, they want to see it on Google. They want to see it online. So even if you go out for presentation and you are talking about your work, making research presentation, and they want to search this person, which organization is he coming from, what do they do, and others. So please, has anybody searched his or her organization? Can I hear someone mention what they have seen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please, your name and then of organization and then what did you
Okay, my
see?
name is Happiness Robert, and my
Okay,
organization is YOFC, that's Youth for Change Initiative.
okay,
So I just searched Google, and I'm
okay,
seeing the Youth for Change Initiative in all. I'm seeing a non-governmental organization in Uyo, and
okay,
over there I'm seeing the overview, reviews, photos, and about. Please, can you hear me,
okay.
sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. So you can actually
Okay.
see when they are opening. I can see the contact address of the ED,
Oh,
and I can
great.
also see the home here, so
Okay,
that when you check everything that is there, you know what we are about.
okay. Can you see your website from the first search? Can you see your website?
Yes, I can see.
So, so anybody who searches the organization on the Google can easily see your website and click on it and open
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Okay. Is your website functional now?
Yes, it's functional. You can check there. Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. That's great. So
Uh,
you see, from searching the organization on the Google, you can see what they do. You can check their address, their phone number, and most times these are part of verification. People want to be sure, is this organization physically present where they claim they work? So it's obvious that you can get this information about this organization when you search on Google. Who else has anything to say briefly?
I have my own organization too.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
My organization is Women of Valor Initiative for Development and Empowerment worldwide.
And what I can
And
see
what I
there
can
is
see there is our about our organization, what we do about us, and about our focus
Okay,
events in the organization,
okay,
about our the staff, the board of trustees,
great.
donations and activities. All this are included, and there are times we made some clothing adverts. So all
Okay,
these are on the website, sir.
fantastic.
And it's functional
Yeah,
because
fantastic.
we pay annually. We pay our regular dues to maintain the website.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So,
Thank you.
you see, this thing you did are what most people do about the organization every time. You may not know, but if for some of you that have functional website, if Google is giving you how many people that have searched about you, you realize that not just in Nigeria, people from different countries search about the organization. Most time they search about human trafficking in Nigeria. Would they see your organization or human rights abuse in Nigeria? Most time they search keywords just to know what are the organizations that are doing something in Nigeria. And by the time they search these keywords, the organization might be among those that will pop up. But the fact is that anywhere you go and you talk about the organization, one of the first things people do is to search it on Google. While you are talking, they will search. Even after you've made your presentation, you've spoken to them, they will go home and then search, read about the history and all the rest of them. And it's also good that when they do this, they feel comfortable. They feel that, well, this is a credible organization because they have presence online. And one of the things most times that affects some organization is that by the time you search, you click on the website, you see this website has been suspended. So it's also good beyond having a website to make sure you make your website functional. Every year, make sure you renew the website. Make it is an investment, and even though you may not know that this is giving you visibility, but it's something that you should. The same way you recharge your phone, recharge your line every time your airtime finishes. That is how you need to renew your website to make sure it's functional. So then, why do we need websites? Why do we need website? The first reason why you need website is credibility and trust. Like I mentioned before, website is one of your major showrooms where people can see your work and build more trust. Yes, you are trustworthy, but to enhance that trust, to build more trust, you need to have your showroom where people can come and just see it. It's not just physical office, but you need to have an online presence where the global community can see what you are doing. Then the next one is your website is like your public library. If you are used to public library, you go there, you read about different areas of what is happening in the world, a lot of information. So people should go to your website and read about your organization, the history, the report that you have done, the project you have done in the last few years, your annual reports. These are kind of information that people can see on your website. So it's like your public library. So it's open. People go there and search about anything they want to know about the organization. Then it's also for visibility and outreach. So a website often is a first contact between the NGO and the public. Anytime, any day, someone always want to visit your website to check what you are doing. Then I have mentioned before that it is not enough to have a website. You also need to update your website, publish your work on regular basis. So this is another angle where beyond having your website, are they updated? Most times your website, you go there, you see staff that have left the organization for the past 5 years. You see old names that if somebody wants to verify, though this person work in your organization, they can see this name and go and ask, are you still working there? The next thing, no, I don't know the organization. I have not been working there. So it has to be updated on regular basis. And then your mission, your vision has to be updated. So most time people have changed, some NGOs have changed their vision statement, mission statement, objective, address, but it is not reflected in their website. So you want to contact them, but the contact on the website is different for what they're giving you. And most time people don't contact you because they know you. They just see your organization on the internet and they want to reach out to you. But the question, that email, that phone number, are they functional? If somebody sends an email, will you receive it? So these are some of the areas you need to look at. Then in terms of publishing and updating your website, some of those training that you've done, you should be able to publish them on your website. Because I've seen that in NACTAL, a lot of organizations are doing amazing work, creating a lot of impact in the community, training community members. But these are only visible on social media sometimes. And most times it's only by word of mouth that people get to know about this. But if you decide to create some news article about your work, you publish it on your website, you know, people will be able to know what you are doing and you can be able to show that of a truth. These are the work that you have done. So there are things you can publish on your website. You have your training, you have your sensitization, you have your advocacy visits, your annual impact reports. You can even write about so many articles. So you can also write about so many articles. Uh, some years ago, I was in 2018, we got a call, an email from about two young people, one from Italy, and the other one from Netherlands, that they saw our work and they want to come and do internship with us. They sponsored themselves from Italy to come and intern with us. We did not invite anybody, but because they were able to search online and saw the organization, so so they're able to come to the organization, spend almost 6 months doing internship with us. And it's because they saw the organization online, reach out, and the email was responded to. So these are some of the importance of making publication and updating your website. And even funders, we have seen people who saw us online and then they just say they want to donate to us. They reach out to us, say this is what we want to do to commit to what you are doing, and they provided some kind of support. Okay, just give me a moment, please. All right. So as I was saying, and that was how they were able to come and do internship with us for some years, and I mean for some months, and then more than 3 or 4 international interns have been able to come to Nigeria because they saw our work online. So it's important that we put up the good work we are doing on our platform, especially websites. And then another area that we need to pay attention is going extra mile by publishing your organizational work on other public platforms. You know, beyond your website, it's also good that your work is published on other news platforms, either media houses. I'm glad that some of us have been doing a lot of press conference. You publish your work online. There are also other free platforms. You mustn't do a press conference or pay media to publish your work. There are different platforms you can use. I know Nactal has the website, I don't know whether it's still now, has a platform where you can publish your work as member organization. So if you have done something, you can put up the reports as a news, a publishable news article, and then publish it on the Nactal platform. It shows credibility because when people see your work on other platforms, it shows that, wow, you are credible beyond what you publish about yourself on your website. But if it is published on other platforms, it helps to recording in progress. It helps to build your credibility and trust. And then we also have What Ibsen. What Ibsen also has a guest publication, which means that you can publish some of your work there. And then under the Tokam platform, the reason why we created the guest publication media for Tokam is to enhance visibility of human rights organization. So that platform, tokam.app/media, is basically for human rights organization because we want to ensure that human rights organizations are able to put up their work on the social media platform, on the website. So when you do your work, you visit the Tokam platform and publish it there, and then it comes in live, and anyone from any part of the world can see it. So my advice is that beyond publishing your work on your website, go extra mile to leverage other existing platform, free platform, and then put up your work. The same news you publish on your website can also be published on other platforms so that it gives it more visibility. I believe that with this training that my colleague will be conducting, you'll be able to have more insights on the basic way you can publish. But the fact that most times people think website management is too technical or is expensive. Once you understand how to open your website, go to your posts and put up information, upload the picture, and then publish and share on social media, you can be able to, keep your work online. So these are some of the things that my colleague will be teaching you on, so that from now going forward, whenever you do your activity, whether on monthly basis, on quarterly basis, or weekly basis, you can always share this work on your website and publish it on other platforms like Nactal, Watipson, and the Tokam platform. This might not be the only training we're going to be having, as Mr. President have mentioned. We also work together to organize more training to make sure we enhance our capacity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that great presentation. Please, do you have any question? Do you have any questions? But please, while we await questions from participants, kindly make use of the chat box. There's a link for a pre-test survey. Please kindly use that link and then try to attempt the questions that you may find there. Please just be sincere as possible. Our essence is just to try to know, establish your baseline knowledge about the training, what we are doing, in order to better have an informed decision on where to go and how to serve you better. So please there's a link shared with you via the chat box. So please, the floor is still open for questions. Should you have any? Just one or two. All right. So it's a good time that we will have to proceed to the next item on the agenda. And perhaps maybe there are people who may have questions that may get to ask towards the end of the session. But as we progress, should you have questions sprung in your mind, you can use the chat box and still ask them. We'll gather them together at the end. Justice will be done to all of the questions. So thank you very much once again, Executive Director, for that presentation. I've learned a lot from your presentation on the importance of visibility and what we can do to keep our website functional. It's very, very insightful that you made that presentation, and we have really learned a lot. So to take us further on this meeting will be the ICT officer for DevaTop. He'll be taking us on how to publish work on our website. Mr. Austin, please, you have the floor.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Hello, everyone. Can we all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, you all are welcome. So allow me to share my screen. Okay. Can we all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in the process of this, I'll be performing two things at once. I'll be reading through my PowerPoint presentation. I'll be reading through my PowerPoint presentation while also switching to do a practical for each section that I touch on this training. Please, can we all kindly mute ourselves if we are not asking a question? Thank you. Okay, so how to publish work on your website? By the end of this training, we all should be able to create and publish a blog post on our WordPress website, including adding text, images, categories, featured image, and other kind of information that is needed to post an article or a blog post on our website. So first, I'll be talking about WordPress. Now, WordPress is a popular content management system that allows users to create and manage websites and blogs easily. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every one of every one of us here, our website is powered by WordPress. Now, WordPress powers about 43.5% of all websites on the web. That's around 478 million websites are built on WordPress. WordPress popularity is attributed to its user-friendly interface, customization options, community support, and scalability. Now, aside from WordPress, there are several other content management systems out there. We have Joomla, we have Drupal, we have Wix, and so on and so forth. But amongst all of them, WordPress is the most popular one. So now, how to access the WordPress admin? So now, for most of us, let me use let me switch my tab. Can we all still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So when you open your web browser, you navigate to your WordPress login page. Now, the WordPress login page is usually denoted by your domain name, followed by the /wp-admin. Now, take for instance, we have a website. Let me do this. So for the course of this training, I created a local website that is hosted on my computer here in the office. And to access that website, I go local host slash visa dash wp dash admin. So now we can all see here, wp-admin is the extension that you add to your domain name. Let's say my website is www.tokam.app. Now to access it, you put /wp-admin. This will automatically take you to a login page dedicated to log into the back end of your website. Let's use another one for instance. We have let's say an example, charity.org, and you want to access the back end of charity.org website. So you have www.charity.org/wp-admin. So if we are also on our system, we can just do this for our respective website and then put the domain name with the slash followed by wp-admin and hit the enter button. So that should automatically take you to this page where you get to input your username or email address and then the password that you have created at the point of creating your website. So for this one now, you can see my username is already there and then my password, I will just hit the login and it will log me into my website. Like I said, I created this for demo purposes, just to show us how to go about it. So now, as you can see, open your web browser, navigate to the WordPress login page. This is usually at www.yourdomain.com/wp-admin. Then you enter your username and password. Now, your username could mean your email address, which is also fine. Username or your email address and password. Click the login button, and it will log you in automatically to your website, assuming your password and username are correct. Now, navigate to the dashboard. Once logged in, you will be taken to the WordPress dashboard as shown here. I don't know if we can still see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, can we all see the WordPress dashboard shown?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I don't even understand it. Okay, do you create it before?
No, you put it. Jennifer, nice back to now. Austin, are you still speaking? We can't hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. The network is fluctuating. That is why it's not clearly.
Okay. Sorry, please. Got interrupted. So now, after logging into your website, what next do? You head to the post section where you can create a new post for your website. Now, this post could be an article you want to talk about, maybe a press release you want to post on the website, a blog, it could be a blog content or an update for a particular activity that has recently been carried out, by your organization. So irrespective of whatever the information that you want to put out there to showcase what your organization is doing, you can, use the post section to publish that out. So first, you access the post menu. Now, in the left-hand menu, click on post. Select add new from the drop down menu. This will open the post editor. So let me do a practical on that. So as you can see, the items displayed on the left hand side of the screen, that's where you can find post. And as I hover on the post menu, it brings down, it pop ups another list of menu where I can now click the add new post. So I click on it and it will bring up another interface for me to provide more information about the post I want to make. So just let's get started and all of that. So now the basic thing that is required to to make your post to make a post update on your website. Now you need to have a title. Now enter a title for your post in the top field label add title. As we can see that here, add title. So this is where you enter the title for the activity or the article or press release or whatever it is that you want to post on your website. So for this one, I will just say this is my first test. So let's say this is my title. Now, the second information that is required is content. Below the title field, there's a text editor where you can enter your content. Now, you could either use the visual editor to format text like heading, to create lists, and etc. For additional formatting, you can switch to the text editor tab to input HTML code. Now, let's do that. So, as we can all see on the screen here, hello everyone, I hope I'm not too fast. Please, if I am too fast, you can call my attention and I can pause and take questions, please. It's just to make sure that we are all carried along. Okay, so the type slash to choose a block. This is where you put in your contents for your article. Now you can use this plus sign here to add more blocks. So now let's say I want to add an image. I want to create a list. Now this is a list. So you can see number one, number two, and so on and so forth. So you can use that format to create a list. To add new content, just click outside of this particular block, and then you can select a new block you want to add, a heading. You can use the browse all, which will show you all of the blocks that are available at your disposal. Now, let's say you want to write some HTML codes, that you can use the code section. But for the course of this training, we will just leave that out for now. You can do the basic thing using the text editors as shown. Okay, am I having a question? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Nat. So I just wanted to ask, like, does WordPress have its own template that you can like use and edit if you want to create a new, or you must start everything from the scratch?
So for this particular method I'm using, there is no default template. Now, if you're working with, these are more advanced ways, that is, but I don't think we will need that. Hello? So for this particular method, for whatever content you want to put up, you have to design how you want it to look like. And as we're moving forward, I will show us some examples of formatting we can do on our post. But using some more advanced page builder, you can get some, already designed templates that you can just import and then change the contents and, make your post. But this is using the basic WordPress editor, you have to just design everything from scratch. But the likes of the page builders like Elemental, WP Bakery, and the rest, for those ones, you can get some custom designs that you can just work with and edit the content on them. But for this, let's just move forward. So let me delete this. Let me just type in some. This is my first WordPress post. So permit me to just write some things in partnership. So now I have something like this as a content for my blog post or for my updates that I want to put out on my website. Now, looking at this, there are a couple of things that you can do on this. Devatop here, which is the name of our organization, and also NACTAL Nigeria, which is also the name of an organization. These two names, you can actually embed a link that when anyone that is reading my article on the web, when they click on that link, it automatically takes them to the individual website of these organizations. Now, there is a word for it. I can't, I'm trying to remember that, which is like linking, contents on your website, creating, which is also very, very good when you, yeah, hyperlink. But there's a name for it when you're doing it for posts that you make. In terms of SEO, is a very, very good technique to use on your website. It improves your SEO. So for Devatop, let me add a hyperlink here. So you can click on this. So you can see if I hover on each of the icons here, there's a pop-up description of what that icon is. So you can see I'm hovering on this. You can see it names link. You can see italic, bold. So it can show you different things you can do. Now, on this one, it shows me align text. So if I want to align the text, you can align the text left, align the text center, you can align the text right, depending on whatever format you want to do on your text. So for this one, I want to add a hyperlink. So I click on it, then I type, okay, please, we can mute our mics if we are not asking a question. I chili favor, or is it tab? Please, you can mute yourself. So let's proceed. Let me add a website here. Let me say https devatop.org. And then I hit the enter button. You can see Devatop is now hyperlinked. And if we preview this page, we should be able to click on the hyperlink. So I want to preview this particular post that I am working on. Now we can see here, this is how it displays. This is my first test. This is my first WordPress post as part of the training conducted by Devatop in partnership with NACTA. Now you can see Devatop is now a hyperlink. Now hyperlink, now has a link attached to the name. And if I click on it, it should take me to Devatop website. Now we can see it is loading the website. So that's one way to go about adding a link to your post. Now, for this particular link, it opens on the same page as the contents that I am currently viewing. So we can add some extra feature here. So let's say I want this particular post to open in a new tab. You can go to, let me do that again. Click on the link, click on the edit, the pencil here, which is a symbol for edit. And then click open, click on the advanced and then open in a new tab. Now, once this is checked, I will save this. Now let's go back to the preview of our page and click on it. And we'll see that it will open that particular page in a new tab. So you can see it has opened a new tab and it's loading the Devatop website. And you can see, you can go back to our post and this is the website that it opened in a new tab. So let's proceed. Now let's say for this particular article, we want to add an image. So you can click on the plus sign and you can see the image here. And then I always advise people when they want to upload image, instead of just going outrightly to select the image directly from your computer, it's best because in some cases it might return with a failure message that the image is not uploaded, but is actually uploaded to your website successfully, but you can't just see it. So the best way to just go about it to avoid any of that error messages is to use the media library. Now I click on the media library, it pops up this page, and from here I can select, go to upload files, and I can select the image that I want to upload on my website. So sorry, let me look for some image. So let me say this. So this is a call for consultants that was just published some time ago by DevTop. So let's say I want to use this image in on my test. The image, as you can see, it has been uploaded here. I select the image and we can see the image displayed here. So now let's go to the preview and we'll see the changes. So we can now see the image. So let me go back to my slide and just continue. So I've talked about adding titles. I've talked about how to add content and how to carry out some basic formatting of your contents, and also how to add media. Yes, do we have any question? Is there any question? Or I can proceed?
You can proceed, sir. We're here.
Okay, okay. So now, I've talked a bit about formatting your post, but now, using blocks, the lady that asked a question about if there are predefined templates that we can just use to edit our post. Now, here it talks a little about it. Now, WordPress uses block editor, which is the Gutenberg. That is what I'm currently using, where you can add different types of content blocks. As you can see, all of the contents I've been adding is in block format: paragraphs, heading, images, galleries, etc. And to use the block format, you have to click on the plus icon to add a new block and then choose the block type you need. Now, editing and moving block, you can move the blocks. You can click on the block to reveal editing option, and you can use a drag and drop handle to move the blocks around within your post. Now, this is for those that are using the basic WordPress block editor. Now, if you're using more advanced page builders, let's say like Elemental, WP Bakery, the format might be a little different from what you see here. But I think in a subsequent training, we'll do something. This for this particular training, this is more general. Now, for individuals, based on how your website is built, depending on the page builder that was used, we can carry out some more specific training on how to work with those particular page builder. But for this is just general. Now, let me give short an example of how we can use the drag and drop handle to move blocks around within your post. So now, I click on this and I want to move this image to appear up top. So you can see this particular, after the image here, the next icon displayed here, which is the drag, which is 6 dots shown here. I can click on this and I can drag it up. As you can see, the pointer showing. If I release it, it has changed the appearance of my post. And if you preview this, you see that the image is side by side the text in my website. You can see. And let's say I want to take this back to how it was before. I can take this. I see the indicator showing, is this where I want to make, I want to drop this block. I release it, has gone back to its original. So you can use the drag and drop feature to rearrange image, text that you have on your website and all of that to arrange how you want it to appear. This is basically you just designing the appearance. So let's proceed. Next, we'll talk about categories, setting categories and tags. Now, my boss earlier on, he mentioned about SEO, which is search engine optimization. Now, setting categories for your articles, your blog posts, etc. Setting categories and tag is very, very helpful um, for your website in terms of improving its SEO. Let's say, for instance, Devatop carried out a training exercise in Lagos State, educating a particular community on, you know, let me say, child development workers about CDWs and etc. Now, when you create a post of such nature, when you want to add um, tags, you need to create tags that relate to that particular niche that clearly explains, okay, this is relating to CDW. Now you can have tags like CDW. Don't worry, I'll go and I'll show us an example. You can add tags like child development worker, um, training exercise. You can put Devatop conduct training in Lagos and all those kind of things. Now, when people go on the web and they are searching for, let's say, CDW events that have taken place or training exercise with regards to CDW, Devatop is sure to come up as part of those search because we've done the background work of adding tags to our articles. And same thing goes for categories. Now, categories basically just helps you to, you know, what word do I use now? For you to properly arrange your blog posts. Now you can have different posts about job opportunities on your website. Now you create a category for that, jobs.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You can have different posts about press releases on your website. You can create a category for that on your website, press release. You can have something about activities updates as a category on your website. And for every post you make that is an activity update, you can check that category and to identify it as this category. You can have publications, etc. This is just for you to easily arrange each content, each blog post you'll be making on your website so your users, your viewers can differentiate, okay, this particular, when they go to this section, let's say someone wants to search for jobs and wants to take your website on available jobs, they can go to that section, jobs, and then they can see a recent job posting.
But before they went, they tell them to screenshot the Nvidia. Make sure screenshot. I mean, other than
Please, if you are not asking a question, you can kindly mute yourself. I'll be fast so I can round up on time. Though there are so many things to talk about, but because of time, I won't be able to talk about all of them right here. Please, if you're not asking a question, you can kindly mute yourself.
You are not done with your work. Where are you? You are school to where you are.
You can. Okay.
No, the one with the none.
Okay, sorry for, I just had to mute those talking. All right, so let's proceed. So now let's go back to the sample sample post we're working on, and let's add a category and tag if they're not already there. So now to add categories on your website, you look at the right-hand side of your screen. Just down below, you can see categories and you can also see tags. So now for this, let's click on the category. Currently on my website, there is no category here. And let's say I want to add a new category. You can click on the add new button here. Add new, what name do I give it? Let's say this is for test purposes, so I will say first post. it is on its own parent category. Now, this is for different feature. If let's say you want to create a directory, like you have jobs, and under the job category, you want to differentiate between different types of job in doing things like internship opportunities, volunteer opportunities, and then the main job opportunities. So those who are interns and are looking for internship opportunity, they can go to the internship page and check the list of internships that have been posted by your organization. Those who are looking for volunteer opportunities can likewise do the same. And those who are looking for job opportunities can go there to search for actual jobs. And here you can use parent category. Now, if I'm creating internship, I can select the parent category here, which is job. So when, like I said, in more subsequent classes, in subsequent meetings like this, we can talk more about this thing and how it helps you in terms of SEO, which is search engine optimization. But for now, I will just create this new category post and I'll click on add new. Now we can see automatically it checked first post. So I want to check uncategorized. Now uncategorized is by default is the default category that is created by WordPress for every post you make. Try as much as possible to uncheck it if it is checked when you are making your post. So we are done with these categories. Let's go to tags. So now tags, you can add as many tags as you want, and you can separate each tag by using comma. So let's say for this, I say this is my, or let me just say first post, comma, call for consultant, comma, the name of the website that I use here. Let me say Nafisa. Let me add that as part of the tag. So, and many other tags that you can think of that relates to this particular post. Let's say I also have Nactal here. I can put Nactal also as a tag, and then I use the comma. As you can see, for each of the item type here, using comma, it automatically enters that tag. And then when you are done with everything, you can just click out, and then you can see all of your tags are in place. So now let's do a preview of our post. And this is just something I want us to take note of. As you can see, for all the changes I've been making on this website, this particular content is not yet published on the website. All what I'm doing, I'm only reviewing it. Now, at the end of this, I can decide to not publish this content yet. Let's say I want to wait for further approval from my superior. I can save it as a draft, and then when they preview it, then I can go ahead to publish this particular post. So, but in the course of you doing your work, you can use the preview function, which when you click on the screen, the laptop icon here, which is view, and then you can to bring up a pop-up, and then you can click preview. And now on this preview, you can preview in different tabs. You can preview as a desktop mode, you can preview as a tablet, and you can also preview in mobile mode. So we can say this is my first test as a title. This is my first WordPress post. As part of the training, you can see the image here. And then just down below, we can see tags, call for consultant, first post, Nata, Nafisa. And most of these tags are clickable. Let's say I click for this on my website. As I click on it, it will search every post on my website that has call for consultant. Now, why I say this is good for SEO, in terms of it groups similar contents on your website in a particular archive, in a particular, not archive, but in a particular folder. So once I click on call for consultant, which is a tag that I used, it will fetch me to query my website and then fetch me every post that I have made on my website that has a tag called to consultant. Now, for someone like me now, let's say for someone that is searching for content on your website and then sees a particular post and want to check similar posts in the relation to the particular one that he just read, he can click on one of the tags there, which is a major keyword, and it will fetch other posts that you've made on your website. I don't know if I'm making sense. Okay, let me just round up and then there'll be room for questions. I can see time is far gone. So yeah, so that is it about tags and categories. Now, categories is like you creating different folders for your blog post. Tags, these are specific keywords that are used to identify your blog post. Previewing your post. All the while that I've been, carrying out the practical, I've been using the preview button to preview my post. Now, previewing your post, click the preview button at the top right of the editor. As you can see here, the top right of the editor, which you can find that here. Click on it and then you click on the preview tab. This opens a new tab with a preview of how your post would appear once published. That is, the purpose of the preview is just to see how the post will appear. And if your design, you're not satisfied with it, you can go back to the editor, make some changes, and then go ahead and preview again until you get the required design that you want, or how you want each blocks to be arranged on your website. Now, make adjustments. Return to the editor to make any necessary adjustments based on the preview. So now, let's talk about publishing your post. Now, there are different ways we can do this. If you don't want to publish your post immediately, like I said, let's say the content that you put up on the blog post that you put up is subject to approval or review by let's say your line manager or your boss or something like that. If you're not ready to publish yet, click the Save Draft button to save your progress. Now, this button is here. Okay, where is that button? Okay, you can see this here, status draft. So by default, it is this particular post has automatically been saved as draft. And you can see the publish button is still here, which means this post is not published yet. So if you're not ready, you can save as draft. Now, publish. When ready, click the publish button on the top right of the screen. A dialog box will appear for you to confirm by clicking the publish by clicking publish again. Now, this is optional. If you don't want to publish your article immediately, let's say you want to schedule this article to be published on a later date. If you want to publish the post at a later time, click edit next to the publish immediately in the publish section. Set the desired date and time and then click schedule. So now let's go back and see this. So we can see here publish, and we can see publish immediately. And we can click on the immediate link and it will bring up this pop-up. And now we can set the date we want this article to be posted. Excuse me. So let's say I want this post to go out Friday morning around 11:20 a.m. So you can see this is the date selected. If I click outside, you can see now August 30th, which is tomorrow, 11 a.m. UTC 0. So and you can see the publish button has now changed to schedule. So this is also how to schedule posts on your website. Now let's say this is mostly good for some kind of information. Let's say um, there's a job advertisement that is supposed to go out, and you want the call for this job placement to be opened, let's say on the 1st of next month, but you've already done all of the work. I just want to schedule this on the website. So on that day, you will not, go back to the website to start, trying to create all of the content afresh. You can just create the content on the website and then schedule it for that 1st of October. And on that day, is the website will automatically, publish your content. So the next I have here is managing published posts. Now there are several ways you can do that. You can use the view all posts. Go to the post section in the left hand menu and click all posts to see a list of all published and draft posts. Now to see all the posts, let's say I'm done with this now, let's click on schedule. You can see it brings up another menu for me to confirm, and I click on schedule. It is now saving. Now my post has been scheduled for tomorrow. And then if I click this, it will take me back to the WordPress dashboard. Now, if you go to, post, with your cursor hovering on post, then you can see all posts. You click on it, it will show you all the posts that you have made on your website. Now, for this particular demo website, I have just one post, which is, this is my first post, and you can see it is scheduled. It's not published yet. For this one, hello world, this post is already published. So that is how to view all the posts on your website. And if you want to edit any post or delete any post, this is how to go about it. Just hover your cursor on that post. Now you can see edit post. You can see there's a quick edit and there's the main edit. Now the quick edit opens this particular post on a new page, while the quick edit opens the edit function right directly from this post. So let's do an example. Let's click on the edit. You can see it brings up the basic thing that I can edit on this post, which are, I can edit the title of the post. I can change the category of this post. I can also add tags. I can change the tags or add more tags to this particular post. And once I am done, I can click on the update and it will update the post. As you can see now, I've updated the category from uncategorized to first post. So that is what we can do. And if you want to delete this post, you can see there's also a trash. You can click on the trash button. It will delete the post. And for everything you do here, if this article had already been published, there will be what we would say here is published. Now for this, now there is schedule. There's no published because right now there's no published article on this website, and we can see trash, which is just recently created because I trashed one of the posts. Now if you go to that, now for every article you trashed on your website, they stay on the recycle bin for a period of around, is it 90 or 30 days before they are automatically and permanently deleted from your website. So I can see Dr. Kelechuku has his hands up. Can you ask your question, please?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this question. One, I'm sorry I didn't join quite early. Perhaps what I'm asking might have been taken because of this training.
Okay.
When we talk about categories,
Yes.
I want to understand what it means because, like in my organization, we have activities we do on environment, on agriculture. Can those things fit into what is meant by categories, or is there something else that's called categories? And again, in fact, what what do we mean when we're posting and you need to tag? Can you just explain those two areas for me? Thank you.
Okay. So let me talk on the first one, categories. Now, I made an example. Let's say on your website, uh, you you know you created a category for job opportunities. Now, for job opportunities, there are different types of job opportunities. We have internship opportunities. We have volunteer opportunities, and other ones which it may be available depending on your organization. So we have those. We have internship. We have volunteer, and we have the actual job opportunities itself. So you have those three categories. So let me do something here. Let me go back to this is my website. I can see there's a section here, categories. So I click on it. Now, this section, this is where you can create your category. That is if you don't want to create your category at the point of creating your post. Let's say you have a list of all the categories of content that you'll be posting on your website. If you have them, drafted out, you can come here and create all of these categories by default. So let's start with, so let me create these opportunities. I hope I got the spelling correct. So we have this now as a category, opportunities. So I click on add category. So this has been added to our website. Now, under this opportunities, let's say I have jobs as one of the categories that I want to create under opportunities. So I can come to parent category here, and I'll click on opportunities, and I'll click on add new category. Now just watch. Now this dash here, it means that this opportunity can be found under, this particular job will be found under opportunities. So let me create another one, internship. Still the same thing, its parent category is opportunities here. So we have internship, which is housed under opportunities. So I click on this, and then I add one more, volunteer, which is the same thing, and then I add. So we have this now, which is shown here. Let's go back to my website. So let me go back and edit my post. So let's click on edit. And if down on the categories section, now we can see we have opportunities as a category. And underneath opportunities, we have internship, job, and volunteer. So let's say for this particular post, I check opportunities. Now, what type of opportunity is this? And I click on job. And if I click on the save, so it can update my post, and then I use the preview tab to preview my web page. It's going to refresh. And we can see here, job opportunity. So these are the categories, meaning that this is an opportunity, but this opportunity is under jobs. I don't know if you understand that. For different articles,
Yes, I do.
yes, for different
Yeah.
articles you'll be posting on your website, let's say publications. Now, for publication, there are different types of publication. So you can create publication as a folder, and then the different types of publication that you have, that you do post, you can create subcategories under that. And same thing goes for, let's say you have a category press release, you have another category for articles, likewise. So there are a number of things you can do, but the purpose of categories is just for you to uniquely identify some specific type of content on your website. It's just for you to create that arrangement, that beautiful arrangement, and that people can, click on jobs, and then it will show them all the posts that you've made that is related to jobs. To click on press release, and they can easily just go to the press a page where all the press releases that you've posted on your website, will be shown. And now this is very, very helpful for SEO. Now, what I spoke about tags. Now, tags, these are unique identifiers. These are keywords that you use to identify a particular blog post. Let's say I think I heard you mention something about agriculture. Let's say you carry out a training on how to, you're training a particular community on how to plant, let's say maize, for instance. So when you're making an update on your website on that particular training, so some of the keywords you can use: the name of your organization, training on how to plant maize, and some other keywords, like I said, unique identifiers for that particular uh, um, activity that you've conducted. Now you can put all of those as tags. And now the SEO, when they are assessing your website, they check the categories, they check the tags, and all of those things are curated. And when people are, trying to search for some meaningful information on your website, they check through all those tags. Does this website post content relate, to this, to this, to this? Because when people search on the website, they search by, specific keywords. Let's say, uh, how do I plant maize? You can see that is a search. That is a Google search. And now on your tags, you have something like that: how to plant maize, training on how to plant maize, and stuff like that. So this brings up, this gives more visibility to your website, and the better, it will be for us if we take note of this in opportunities that are available to improve the SEO on our website by using tags and categories properly on our website. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Perfectly. It does. Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Indeed.
So yeah, you're welcome. So let me just rush through. We've taken much time. I think we still have a few things to talk about. So I've talked about how to view all the posts on your website and how to edit and delete posts. I made mention that when a post is deleted, it moves to the trash section, and it stays there. It stays there for about 30 days before it is permanently deleted from your website. So it's very, very useful for us to take note of that. And for every content you post on your website, it is very, very important that you don't delete, this content on your website if they are no longer useful. Let's say you post a job opportunity for, internship, and the call for that particular offer has ended. Don't delete that from your website. Leave it there, because Once you made that post, search engine would have crawled through your website and curate that particular blog post, such that when people search for things pertaining internship and all of that, your content will be among those that will come up. Now, if you delete that content, when users carry out a search and then your content come up, and then the user click on the link, and then they get error 404 message, which means that the particular item is not available anymore on your website. Search engine takes note of all of these errors. Now, if these errors like this are frequently displayed on your website, it will just shove your website down below the pecking order. So other ones that their links are always available for visitors to bring them first. And that's why you see some person, they'll tell you, I have my website, but I can't do this. My website doesn't turn up a search on this. So there are these are, small things that we do on our website that we think are irrelevant, but are very, very helpful. The older content stays on your website, the more, SEO friendly it becomes. So that is why you need to post as much as possible. Post content on your website on a monthly basis for activities, everything that your organization is doing. You need to, continuously make these updates and post on your website. So let's proceed. Now, troubleshooting. Now, issues with publishing. This is just to checkmate that everything is properly, filled on your website. Ensure you have filled out all required fields, title and content. Check for any errors or warning in the editor. Now, media not uploaded. Now, in some cases, you might get error. Verify file size and format. WordPress supports common image format like JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Now, there are some other image formats that are out there. Now, you need to be very, very conscious of this. Ensure that the image formats that you want to upload on your website is usually in this format: JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Any other image formats, WordPress will give you an error message because it doesn't recognize that file. Now, summary. You have just learned how to create and publish posts on your website. Now, remember, like I've mentioned countless times, regularly update your posts and manage your content to keep your site engaging and informative. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, my boss mentioned a few of them, why you need a website. So I will just read through some of the things that I have here. Now, to establish an online presence, building credibility and trust. He mentioned something about funders. When they want to check out, things about your organization, they go to the web. They put in your domain name. Is this domain still active? Can they access the website? Can they see, things that this organization is talking about on their website? You need a website to expand your reach and customer base. Now, in terms for effective marketing and promotion, you can leverage social media integration and email marketing to engage audience. Now, this is something we might want to talk about in a different training, how to integrate your social media accounts on your website, and viewers of your website can click on your social media accounts and visit your social media page. From there they can follow your organization on social media and do other engaging stuff. Seamless communication and customer engagement. That is, you can create meaningful posts about activities that you do, just to communicate to your viewers what you're doing, showcase your work, and access to valuable insights and analytics. Now, this particular insight and analytics, this is something we might want to talk about on a different training, because you just having a website, you need to also study and gain some useful information about how people are using your website, which content you're putting up that is generating um, more views, which tags you are using, and all those things can give you more insight about this, and you can use this insight to better improve on your website. So thank you. Yes, thank you. I think I'll stop here. This is the end of my uh, um, Mr. Anthony, you can take over now.
Okay, I think let me come in here. Thank you so much, Austin, and thank you everyone for staying true to you know finish this particular training. So because of time, we just might cut short and then focus on few. And Austin has taken through the process of making publication on website. Some of the posts I shared on WhatsApp where is I mentioned that you need to have your laptop, you need to have strong internet, and if you utilize this thing, please and indicate well participation. That doesn't mean that if you are the ED, you cannot publish. It's so before now, so it's important that you have this thing ready